Hey, random people out there on the internet. It is the Wood Bandit. If you've been following along in my beginner series, I'm working on a birdhouse that I'm going to be giving to one of my daughters. And it's going to be made out of mesquite wood. I'm kind of at a place where I need to make a decision, so we'll be getting on with that. But today, I wanted to do something a little different. I have posted many times in the past about, or actually one in particular, doing acts of random kindness, which is what I call ARC. I think that everybody should practice that on a regular basis, no matter how small the deed may be. By doing just small random acts of kindness or acts of random kindness, it gives you a good feeling and it actually helps somebody else. So that brings us to what I'm going to be doing today. I have a friend. We'll call him Mark. So Mark bought a little nightstand for his daughter, and it's made in the style of a certain Swedish furniture maker, who shall go unnamed. And they are notorious for making decent products, but they're not particularly strong. In this case, the drawer of this nightstand had a bottom in it that was kind of thin and could support normal things, but apparently they put in some heavier things and the bottom just popped through. And we're going to talk about how that happened now. So I've taken the drawer apart and you can see how it was made. Basically, they've cut dados in all four sides of the drawer, and they put a piece of thin material that got trapped in all these grooves that acted as the bottom of the drawer. The issue, in my opinion, was that the material that they used was so thin and so narrow and so flexible that it gave it the ability to fall through. So let's take a look at a piece of material that's similar to what they made it of. This is just a piece of, I believe it's, probably the same stuff you make clipboards out of. But if you look here at the end, it's very, very narrow, very thin. That's about 1/8 of an inch. And being 1/8 of an inch thin, you can see that there's a lot of flexibility in it. So when you put a heavy weight in, it bows like this and eventually pops out of the grooves. And then, that's what happened to this drawer. So my proposition is to make it thicker and possibly even use some glue on a piece of material like this, which still has some amount of flexibility, but you can see it's far less flexible than what was in there to begin with. Well, that's the idea, but of course, everything requires something more. So I have a piece of that material right here. This is basically the same stuff. And the drawer front has a groove that this will sit right in, but it is too thick to put in these side panels. Just a little bit. So what I've done is I've set up my table saw over here, and I raised my blade up so that it is barely rubbing when I pass through the groove. And what I need to do is I need to nibble off a very thin piece of it here. So this groove is just a little bit, and I mean just a little bit wider. So what we'll do is we'll put this in here and double check, make sure I got it the right height. A little bit of trial by fire here. I want it to be just where it just barely nicks at it. There it is. Now as I run it across, you can see that it's just the right height to be the same depth as this is. Now we want to put this over here, get it right up to that blade right here. And what we'll do is we'll move the fence over just a tick. We'll lock it down. So we'll make this pass, and then we'll come back in a minute and we'll see if that fits for us. And if not, we'll make another pass until we get just what we want, and we'll cut all three pieces. So we'll be back in just a minute so that you can, well, if you'd like. Would you like to watch it cut? Why not? Let's go ahead and turn on the dust collection. And Mr. Cameraman, could you turn the vacuum on for me, please? Really close. So now this groove is thick enough, or wide enough I should say, that this plywood will sit right off in there pretty nicely. Now whenever you want to do something like this, you want to find out where it's most flexible, and we're going to put it in, when I use the big piece, we'll cut a big piece that fits in this way so that the grain pattern will be along the length of it, actually this way, along the length of it, so that it'll have the best possible support. And unlike the Swedish furniture manufacturer, I will actually put some glue in these grooves and stick it together so that it should be in there quite permanently from this point forward. So in an upcoming video, we're going to show you how to rebuild this. Basically, all I did was just take the screws apart and stored them in such a way that I know how to put it back together. And like I said, I've just got to cut this one and this one. This one's already wide enough. And then I got to cut a piece of this that's the right size to fit into all of this. We'll be back after a little bit and we'll show you more of that.